Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Adulting with Angel. In this mini-series on my channel, we will cover all topics related to you finally getting your dream job in 2023. As always, I am giving out tips that have helped me in my job search and have helped me get to the role that I am in today. With that being said, if you have any tips or positive feedback for other job searchers, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the description box below. First thing I want to say to you, totally off script, is just give it time and just roll with the punches. What's meant to be for you will be. These are the places that I have applied for jobs and have had the most success, so I want to share them with you. Places that I recommend you look for jobs are going to include LinkedIn. You are going to want to look on LinkedIn. It is the easiest way to filter jobs and legitimate jobs. However, don't trust everything you see on the internet because a lot of people are getting scammed and you don't want it to be you. Government jobs. This was the chef's kiss for me when I was looking for jobs in government, which is where I used to work. Especially for my poli-sci guys, anyone who's looking to get a very consistent job, government jobs is where it is. The benefits are there. The pay is not there, but they're usually desperate, and it's probably an easy way to get an entry-level job that you can transition into a better job later on. Direct company sites. This isn't a place, it's literally just what it means, is if you have a dream job of working at Disney, go on the Disney website and apply for a job there. A lot of times, people are getting scammed left and right from major corporations hiring through these sketchy platforms. If you see a job advertised on LinkedIn for, Powerade and you want to work at Powerade, go on the Powerade website and apply for the job. This is something that I did. It just made me sleep better at night knowing I applied directly on the company site. I am not trying to get scammed, and neither should you. It's 2023. We know better. The last two are going to be for my college babies. We are going to be using Handshake, and we're going to go to every career fair that our college offers, okay? Repeat after me. We're going to sign up for Handshake.
If it's offered by your school.
And we're going to go to career fairs. We're going to go to internship fairs. We're going to go to networking events. You do not understand how valuable it is until it is no longer attainable. Also, for my recent grads and college alumni, you also have access to these resources, so do not let them pass you by. Don't think, oh, I graduated, I can't go to a networking event, I can't go to a career fair. Go anyway. Go anyway. You paid that college a lot of money. Use the resources. So some tips and tricks I have for you for application process. I think I have like about 10 to 11 tips, so I'm gonna read them off my laptop so I don't screw them up. The first and probably biggest piece of advice I have for you is to only apply for jobs that have been posted recently. The goal is to be within the top 10 to 20 applicants for a role. If you see a job that was posted like 4 weeks ago and has 400 candidates on LinkedIn, don't waste your time. I like to filter between jobs posted in the last 24 hours and apply from there. This is something that has helped me be in the top candidate pool and helped me get quicker interview responses. Remember that the least amount of people that they have applicants for, the better your chances are. Do not wait it out. If you see something, you like it, save it and apply within the next day or two. Do not let great application opportunities pass you by. Okay. The second thing I have is going to be use your network. This is something that should be pretty straightforward, but when you see a job that you're interested in, especially on LinkedIn, it will show you any of your current contacts or connections on LinkedIn that work there. Use your friend who works there. Have them submit an internal company referral to get you that job. That looks so good for your friend and it looks so good for you because HR already has someone backing you into the company and say, hey, this is a great worker, we think it'd be a great fit for our company, and go from there. If you know anybody, always ask for the connection. I know at my company I would love to give a connection. Also, I love to connect my friends who I know are interested in roles where my other friends work. You never know who is going to be your number one ally, and this is a great way to know who your true friends are. But anytime I talk to my friends and they tell me where they're interested in working, the first thing I do is think, do I know anybody who works here? And if I do, good and well, I'm connecting them. Tip number 3, read the entire job description and save a copy. A lot of times when you apply for jobs and they have this certain desired amount of candidates, they will pull the application down. If you are offered an interview, you want to make sure that you have a copy of the job you applied for. This has saved me so many times because
it saved me a lot of times, but for 2 different reasons.
One, you want to make sure that you know what you need to prepare for in a job interview. So having a copy of the job description is always helpful. You could also always use this information to tailor your resume for another job of interest. But keep in mind, if you apply for a job directly on LinkedIn, LinkedIn will save the job that you applied for and the job description, even if they take the post down. That is a good way to fix your mistakes if you didn't, save a copy of the job description before the interview. The next tip number 4, when you're applying for jobs, take the extra 3 minutes to tailor your resume to match that specific job posting. Again, we want the robot to be our friend, and we want them to push our resume forward. Make sure you have all the keywords that they have in the resume and the job description on your resume, and go from there. Tip number 5 is something that is really controversial. My friend Jasmine and I were talking about this at brunch today. I am my worst enemy. So don't be scared to apply for jobs outside of your comfort zone. Let the company reject you. Don't reject yourself from the company. Companies love diversity. They like people of all different backgrounds, all different education and experience. Do not reject yourself. Step out of your comfort zone and apply for the jobs that you are interested in, and let the company decide if it works for them. The next tip I have kind of is the same as the first one, but just know your worth. Don't be scared. Put yourself out there. Go for the job. Go for the promotion. Go for more money. Like, why are we holding ourselves back? Like, especially us women, please just get delusional. Like, I'm not a big fan of the TikTok girlies advice, but get delusional and apply for the jobs, even if you're not qualified at all, and see what happens. Leave it up to fate. Make sure that you coordinate with your references. A lot of the jobs I've applied for have asked me to list 2 personal references and 2 professional references. Let these people know that you are applying for a new job. Let them know, hey, you might get someone reaching out for me from this place, asking about me and my experience with you. Let the people know so they don't get caught off guard. I always use the same 2 people, Courtney and Sarah, because they are my ride or dies. I will continue to put them on my resume for the end of time. And make sure you have those people in your life that can adequately defend your capabilities. Another tip I have for you is to make sure that you are mentally prepared for the amount of applications you are going to submit. I think I've applied for maybe 300 jobs before getting my current job, and if I learned anything, it's that you have to keep applying. Also, you will hear a lot of silence before you hear any response. I personally think silence is a good thing. That lets me know that my resume is doing okay because I don't get instant rejections. Another thing to keep in mind, I'll let you learn that one on your own. Last tip on applications is you want to make a list and keep track of every job you apply for, the date it is you sent the application, the title of the role. You want to put the salary, you want to put the location, and you want to put a couple different things about that job so you can keep track. It will also put your mind at ease to track everything, because sometimes you think, oh my god, I've applied for all these jobs and no one's gotten back to me, but it's been like 15 minutes, and give the people some time, okay? Okay. Last section for you is going to be the results. This is going to be for either rejections or moving forward into the interview process. The reason I thought that this was important to add was because a lot of times when people talk about applying for jobs, they forget that you sometimes actually might get the job, or you might just get rejected. When it comes to your dream job, there's going to be the time when it's right for you. All the stars are going to align. It just might not be today. Don't compare your timeline with anyone else's. For my college grads especially, once you start rounding out that final semester towards graduation, that's when everyone's on LinkedIn talking about, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to announce that I'll be starting at this company starting June 1. Don't let that kind of stuff get to you, because everyone's field is different. The timeline for everyone is different. And it's just, in anything in life, it never helps to compare. Everyone's job experience is different. I have always been very fortunate when it's come to my job search experience to get opportunities, but I have a lot of friends who haven't, and you have to be just mindful because you never know what other people are going through ever, and you just want to stay positive because one closed door might open another great opportunity. Another thing when it comes to your results, keep track of everything. Keep track of the recruiters you talk to, the names of people that you interview with. You want to have everything documented because it is so important, especially if you don't get that role you apply for. If you go to apply for another role at that same company, if you have a great relationship with that manager or recruiter, you have a better opportunity to, you know, build that relationship and say, hey, I know I didn't get that role, but I would love to be kept in mind for roles similar. Keep everything. Documentation is key, especially nowadays. You want to have receipts on everybody. Another thing when it comes to the job application process, when you're applying for jobs, at the same time, simultaneously be preparing for interviews. You want to make sure that you have the standard questions and answers down, you know, tell us about yourself, what brings you to this field, the same nitty-gritty basic screening questions. Just make sure you're prepared to answer them, especially for people who've been out of the field a long time. Start preparing questions that you have for recruiters. What's the most important to you? Something that I got asked a lot when I was interviewing is why I was leaving my current job. Make sure you come ready to slay with that, because don't be coming like, well, you know, like, no, be like, I'm looking for new opportunities. I'm looking to be challenged. I'm looking for opportunities for growth. Like, be ready, be quick, like, with your answers. Like, be so confident that they ask a question, you're like, oh, that's all you want to ask me? Well, I have known that question since I was born. I promise you, confidence and cockiness is just what HR loves. Tip number 4, I've said it in every single section of this video, beware of scammers. Please, like, I have seen people getting scammed to the skin of their teeth, but it's unfortunate for the people who, you know, get ran out thousands of dollars. Become familiar with the scams in the industry. Verify the email address of any recruiter that reaches out to you. Also, please make sure that you are always on high alert, especially when it comes to your dream job. We get so excited that sometimes our natural radar and red flag detector sense like deteriorate. Please do not let that be you. Please don't let that be you. As we come to the end of this episode, I want to thank you again for your endless support to me and my passion project. Again, this is all my personal advice and experience that has worked for me. If it doesn't work for you, well, do better. As always, I appreciate any feedback and support and questions. Anything that you have for me, drop it in the description box below. Leave any kind of questions you got. Be anonymous. It's okay. I can bear it. If you have the means and you can, I would definitely appreciate any donations to Make-A-Wish Foundation in the honor of my late friend Nyla. That would be the biggest way to support me, because I'm doing this for y'all. If y'all could do that for me, it's a little exchange of goods, and we're on the same page. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you again next Sunday with another one, and stay safe, have a great week, and good luck.